Pick a Mix. I hope you're having a lovely evening down there in Dawlish. My name's Mark Anderson at ICT Evangelist. And with it being a Teach Me Pick a Mix, I'm going to go through some ideas that you can pick and mix from to help you use your iPad to enhance learning in your classroom. So this first app that I'm going to talk to you about that is one that I made this little poster here in. It's called Runner Design. It's not free, it's £1.49, but I love it. It creates really stunning, beautiful visuals. The font choices are really good. You get to put stickers on. You can mask images so you can see the effect that you can see in front of you now, where an image comes through the actual text. It's really, really beautiful, and it's a really great way for me as a teacher to be able to create some stunning visuals to use either on my personal blog or in my classroom or on the school website. To promote different events, so forth and so on. It's really, really beautiful. The next app I'm going to talk about is one called Shadow Puppet. And Shadow Puppet is really, really good. With Shadow Puppet, you can record short presentations, and I don't mean like PowerPoint. I mean presentations where it's very visual. It makes a recording. You can talk over the top of it and annotate it at the same time. And basically you drop in screenshots, photos or whatever it is to help explain what it is that you want to explain. So it could be the various stages of a science experiment, for example, or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one very quickly live with you now. So it's very simple. We just tap onto Create New, and then we pick some images that we'd actually like to use within our video. So I'll choose the opening image there. I'll choose this one here and this one here, and maybe I'll just choose this one here and here and here and here, and that should probably be enough for us to. Oh, no, one more. There we go. So 8 images. You can choose to reorder them if you want to in this view here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hit next. And at this point, we're ready to go really. You can put music on if you want to in the background and add some text and type it on, but I'm not going to do that. I am, however, going to rename it, and I'll call it something nice and simple like TM Pick and Mix. If you're interested, I haven't made this video that I'm doing now using this software. I'm recording to some other software called Camtasia Studio on my Mac. But you can do things similar to this using tools such as Shadow Puppet or Explain Everything. There are other options available. So here we are though in Shadow Puppet. So here's a presentation I'm going to make. Here we go. I'm going to hit start. 3, 2, 1. Hi there, Teach Me Pick a Mix. Mark Anderson here at ICT Evangelist. I hope you're having a lovely evening. In this first app I'm going to talk about is one called Pong. It's an assessment for learning tool. You can see that you can choose lots of different types of questions, multiple choice, true and false, send text, draw images and what have you. And it's nice because it's really low preparation. So I could say to you, okay, what is your favourite app? I could tap send text, and then the results will come through to a screen that looks a little bit like this. Okay, if I had done a question on true or false, it would show me the bar chart with some results on it, and it would work out the calculations and the percentages for me. It does the same with the multiple choice. With the image, you could ask a question. I've been teaching you about pigeon studies today. Could you please draw me a pigeon? And the image comes back, and you see all the images in front of you. Just like you can see the text now, other than that, you just see the image rather than text. So that's Pong. It's free. Don't search for Pong on the App Store though, because you'll just get loads of table tennis games. Just look for an app called Pong, one word, Spot Networking. If you look for this Pong, like I say, you'll get to play some whiff waff, but that's about it. Next up, talk about some QR codes. QR codes are great. We can make those on our iPads using apps such as QR After and QR Reader and what have you. But I quite like visual QR codes like this one here. This hasn't been made using an iPad app. It's actually made on a website called visualead.com. That's visualead.com. And when you sign up there with your Google account, they give you 50 of these that you can use. Really nice, really powerful, and as you can see, there are lots of ways in which you can use it. It could be for a wall display, to share a resource such as a book. This here was a book that I made in iBooks to share with students. Okay, and it just makes things much nicer and more visual than your bog standard QR code. Next up is a cracking app called Postit Plus. I won't talk about it too much right now because actually I'll be showing you that a little bit later. So moving on. I am going to talk about Thinglink though. So Postit Plus can scan post-its that you've handwritten, proper paper post-its, and digitise them. But one thing I like to do with them once they've been used and scanned and what have you, is to use them as a resource for sharing further learning. So I put them across into another app called Thinglink. With Thinglink, you can take an existing image and make it interactive. So if you were viewing this particular image here on the internet, you could tap on each of those red squares and different things would happen. So the icon that you can see just up here and here, tap on that and you would see a photo. Tap on here and it will play a little video. You can record videos of yourself or add videos from your camera roll to any of these things here, which can then be seen in the interactive version of the image. You can also add text and hyperlinks to websites and lots of other things. And it's just another way of getting more from the apps, sort of squeezing as much out of them as you possibly can. Next up is an app called Photofunia. It's free, and what you can do is add in some photos and it puts them into different templates that look really nice, like the ones that you can see here. So you'll recognise some of these photos, like this one here and this one here, okay, and this one over here as well. And so you can just drop the pictures in, and it makes it a really nice sort of framework. So you could use that to drop in photos of student work or lots of other things. You could also use some of them for inspiration for creative writing. There are lots of different ways in which you could use Photofunia in the classroom. So that's the end of my presentation using Shadow Puppet. So thank you very much. So that's that presentation made. I just hit save and that is just going to be saved like this. It'll give you some sharing options once it's finished doing this little saving bit, but you don't actually have to share it anywhere once the window comes up here. You can put it on YouTube and so forth and so on if you want to, but I just tap done because as you'll see, as it's finished processing the video, it'll say that it's saved to my camera roll. So I can still access it, I can still share it, I can do all those things that I could have done previously with it anyway. Just going to wrap up any moment now because I'm sure I'm going over time. Just wanted to show you the Postit Plus app. So once you've taken a photograph of your post-its, you can go in and you can see them more clearly like so. You can actually annotate them if you want to using these tools here, and they're very easy to then share and export into helpful formats such as PowerPoint, PDF. Each of those post-its as an image held within a zip file. There are lots of things that you can do with those. Final app that I'm going to show you is one called Vedra. I'll show you that one there quickly as well actually. That is a Spreaker DJ. It's a little DJ tool that you can use to make podcasts really simply, really easily and for free. So that's Spreaker, like speaker but with an R at the front, DJ, and that's free. But the other app I was going to show you is this one called Vedra. Very similar to Adobe Voice. You simply add in your pictogram or a photo from your camera roll and some text. You can draw things on there as well, like so. And then each of the slides in your presentation, if you wanted to, you can just tap that little microphone, you can speak into it, and it makes a lovely little presentation. A little bit like the Shadow Puppet you saw before, but I think it's a bit more slick, so it does things like this. This short video will talk about rigour in the classroom. Rigour in the classroom. You get the idea. So look, that's me done. Thank you again to Karen for asking me to share some ideas with you this evening. My name's Mark Anderson. As I say, you can find me on Twitter as @ICTEvangelist, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic evening. Thank you very much. Take care.